Expect the unexpected at Marineland. Marineland of Florida, on the ocean 17 miles south of St. Augustine. Marineland of Florida, where the sea comes ashore. Expect the unexpected. Join the jumping at Marineland of Florida, on the ocean 17 miles south of St. Augustine.
Marineland of Florida, 18 miles south of St. Augustine on A1A.
Experience the sights and sounds of nature on the best of the National Geographic, brought to you in part by Marineland of Florida. Located on the central Florida coast, just south of St. Augustine, the community of Marineland is dedicated to the better understanding of man and the wonders of the sea. Marineland, celebrating over 50 years of family entertainment.
In today's Discovery segment, we travel to the other side of Florida to get a first-hand look at the original Marineland.
Now, for years, it has been a favorite for natives and tourists alike, so let's go to Alan Wendt, and I got to turn around and see if he's doing this. Oh, he's about to. He's been playing basketball with the Dolphins. And I gotta ask Alan, is their game better than yours?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you the basketball, Hugh, in a couple of minutes because they are better than ours. In fact, I've been trying to get them to play here. Right now, I'm trying to get them to feed just a little bit of smelt. Come on up here, Davey. Come on up. There you go. Good deal. Good deal. Anybody else? Are we going to get a show here? Come on, let's get a show going. We've got people at home watching. We have all of the Dolphins out here. Very good, very good. Davey is the dominant male here in this group, and if he says it's all right, they'll all start to play. This is pretty interesting here at Marineland. I've been over here for 25 years since I was a little kid, and things haven't really changed tremendously on these tanks, but the shows have improved. You know, Marineland is probably the best when it comes to these shows because they've had the most experience. 51 years. They are the pioneers, the inventors, if you will. Billed as a motion picture studio for the filming of marine life, Marineland has learned so much about dolphins, the show is in 4 parts.
Care to do a layup shot? No problem. Takes the ball, drives down court, dribbles it underwater, gets the field, moves into the left, sets, shoots, and it's good for 2 points.
The attraction opened in 1938, boasts a number of firsts, from simple experiments that proved dolphins could be trained to perform specific pre-selected tricks that entertain us, to scientific contributions that led to the development of sonar. To illustrate, a blindfold is placed over the dolphin's eyes. The animal then has to find 4 rings randomly tossed in the tank and return them to the trainer. The act helped establish evidence that dolphins possess echolocation faculties.
She's back with all 4 rings, an amazing trick.
The list of first covers everything from patented equipment for capturing the dolphins to maintaining them in captivity. A source of controversy recently from those who believe these animals should be set free. However, Bill Upson, the director of shows here, sees it another way.
This is definitely educational. If it wasn't for places like these, there would be no public consciousness about dolphins. We've really shown people what dolphins are like. We don't catch dolphins. I mean, all our dolphins are bred right here at Marineland. We haven't had to catch any dolphins for 20 years.
Upson says the dolphins here lead a very happy life. In fact, in 14 years at Marineland, he and other trainers have developed a special bond with the dolphins.
The one coming up with the basketball here, that's Betty. Betty's really tremendous. She's a real smart animal. She was taught how to read, actually. She could distinguish symbols for a project one time. Swimming with her is her little calf. That's Dazzle. Dazzle was born last April. And you really do get attached. They all have different personalities, you know. They're like people I work with, you know. They're like people I see every day. I just identify them with as
co-workers.
Co-workers, exactly.
Another part of the dolphin show is the jumping portion. It's got trainer Jason Schneider perched over the tank feeding his co-workers.
Since everything's happening at once, it's pretty hectic when you're out there, but you learn the dolphins and you get it down and you get each individual dolphin fed.
Are they tricky?
Oh yeah, one dolphin will do behavior and another one will try to come up next to it and try to weasel out some of the fish or something.
Now, normally, they would have played basketball. You see, we've got 2 basketballs in here. We played with these guys all afternoon long. But you turn the camera on, you bring a bucket of fish out, and they think, oh, it's reward time. I'm not going to work for free, And that's what they told us here. As long as there's a bucket of fish around, the dolphins are smart enough to know that they don't have to throw these balls back and forth. But I'll tell you what, on the next visit when we come over here, we'll try to get them to play basketball. They normally do this for free, Hugh. I didn't want to mislead you.
I think they got pretty good agents, Alan.
Well, you know what's fun is to try to get 2 of them going, in which they did a little while ago, and they're throwing the ball at the same time. You try to stand up here with the Atlantic Ocean as a backdrop and catch these things with the wind blowing. It's a lot of fun. Later on, we're going to take you around and show you the rest of Marineland because they have made a lot of changes out here. They've got some new shows. They're now even working with different types of marine life. Hey, that wasn't yours.
You look like you're having so much fun. Thanks, Alan. We'll be right back.
Marineland, perched on the sand between the Atlantic Ocean and Highway A1A, is 51 years old. It is the world's original marine attraction, built as a motion picture studio designed to film marine life in its natural environment. The filming windows around the 100-foot-long, 40-foot-wide rectangular tank provide visitors with a close encounter with ocean life. The large bull shark gets the most attention, followed by the swordfish. Scheduled feeding programs with divers in the water provide an even better view of the hundreds of fish who reside here. The 450,000 gallons of water is filtered constantly and replaced at the rate of 2,500 gallons a minute. Wonders of the Spring is one of the newest attractions they have added here at Marineland. It allows you to view Florida's freshwater fish in a natural habitat. The largemouth bass, the most popular sport fish in North America, commands center stage. The Florida gar and several other species coexist in this natural freshwater aquarium. Also new, these Humboldt penguins, native to South America. And there's a trained seal show that is now 3 years old. Bill Upson says it took a few months before handlers could even work with the California seals.
They were subadults and they had no contact with people, and it was a little ferocious at first.
Were they a little aggressive?
They certainly were. They didn't understand us and we didn't understand them at first, but we finally got things together.
And not everything that you see in the show is a learned behavior.
He'll throw in his famous sea lion smile. Oh, look at that face.
The smile was something that just occurred. CJ's the smallest male, so he was rather neurotic, and he would grimace on stage. And we saw this grimace, this thing he did with his mouth, and we just worked in a hand signal and a vocal command, and lo and behold, he does it. And it's one of the cutest things we have. He smiles on command now.
Years ago, Marineland tried a seal show but failed due to heartworm problems. Since the development of a heartworm preventative, just like you give to dogs, the seals can now live in Florida. Marineland is open 7 days a week and is located between Daytona Beach and St. Augustine.
Well, thanks very much, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Marineland.
Well, that's our report for this afternoon.